Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you are all well. So today we are going to discuss the 28th problem in the TLE Eliminator CP sheet, 800 rated problem. The problem name is Make It Beautiful. So let's get started. Let's start by reading the problem statement first. An array A is called ugly if it contains at least one element which equals to the sum of all elements before it. If the array is not ugly, it is beautiful. For example, the array 6396 is ugly because this 9 equals to the sum of 6 and 3. The array 557 is ugly because this 5 is equal to this 5. This array is beautiful because we cannot find an element which is equal to the sum of all the previous elements. So this is beautiful. So we are given an array A such that the array is in a sorted order. We have to reorder the elements in A such that the resulting array is beautiful. Note that you are not allowed to insert new elements or erase existing one. You can only change the order of elements of A. You are allowed to keep the array A unchanged if it is beautiful. Now we need to print no if it's not possible and yes if it's possible. And we can print any such array if multiple arrays are possible. So let's see what the question wants to say. Let's see the third test case for an example. This is initially ugly. Why? Because this 3 is equal to 2 plus 3. So that's why this array is ugly. So we can make it beautiful by arranging it like 3, 2, 1, 4 and 5. So this 3, the sum is 3, and the 2, the sum is now 5, 6, 10 and 15. So this is a beautiful array. Note that we need to have the sum of all the elements before it. So one thing we can look here is that if we have the biggest element in the starting index, then we can probably make it a beautiful array. Why? Because all the numbers are positives. It's given the numbers lie between 1 to 100. If the greatest element is in the start, then we can probably make the beautiful array easily. So, and the case where we cannot is like if the elements are all equal, like 10 and 10. We can obviously have this element. Like if the count of distinct elements is 1, like even if I take this example. So the array is ugly just by looking at these two numbers because this is 1 and this is 1. So the sum becomes equal. So if the count of distinct elements is 1, then our answer is always minus 1. That is, our answer is no. Otherwise, we can just have the greatest element in the starting and we can have all the elements after that. So we can have any sequence, like suppose we have the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can order it like this, or it can be like this. So it can be any order. It doesn't matter. Why? Because this is the greatest element. Now the sum would always be greater than all the elements, right? Like 5 plus 4, that is 9. So we'll never get a 9 here. That's why this will always work. So now let's write a little bit of code. We'll take the input n and we'll have the input array. Now since this array is already sorted, then we'll check if the first element is equal to the last element. That means we only have one element, that this condition. The count of distinct elements is 1. Then we'll just print no and we'll continue. Otherwise, we will just print the last element and then we will print the elements from the 0 to the n-1 index, to the n-2 index. So that is all we need to do in this code. I hope you got the explanation. Now let's move on to code the same. So I have my boilerplate code here. We'll be given an n, that is the size of the array. We'll make an array size n. We'll take the array as input. If the first element and the last elements are equal, that means we only have one element. In that case, we'll just print a no and we will continue. Otherwise, we will print the last element and we will go on to print all the other elements as well. So this is the code. Now let's try for the sample test cases. So we need to print a yes also, and so our code works for the sample test cases. Now let's try to submit it. Submit. paste and submit, and it got accepted. That means our approach and our code is correct. I hope you understood the problem. Comment down what was your approach for solving the same problem. The solution link would be in the description section. Do check it out. Also, this is a playlist for all the problems in the CP sheet. Do check out all the other problems as well. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Thank you.